joining us. This is Traci Cease with Editorial.
And this is Bobby Jackson with Inner Dimensions Wellness. And we are super excited to be doing this little mini pilot podcast for To Hell and Back, ordinary people living transformed lives. I've alluded to it before when I did a few videos about my sister. Traci and I, this has been our brainchild for months, many months. We've been working on it and getting people lined up. And my take on it, and you jump in at any time, when you want to add stuff. So we just, in life, we have come across so many people that have, you look at them and you talk to them and you would never guess the backstory, I guess, right? Like all that they have been through, because they're successful, they made it to where they're at. And I'm always amazed when especially with doing quantum hypnosis, and I hear their story, I'm like, wow, you are a survivor. You should be, telling your story. And a lot of times, we each have our own stories, and at some point we will tell them. I think that's what really connected us, was sharing our stories with each other, right? So, but people are afraid to tell their stories. They don't know how other people are going to react, and what we want to do is shine the light on the people who have been to hell and back.
Yeah, I love that. That is so true. That a lot of times we are afraid because we're afraid of judgment or whatever. But those are the stories that need to be told, because there are people who are going through something similar, or who have experienced some of the same things. And when there's someone who has done the work, whether they've used certain tools, healing modalities, trial and error, a lot of those things, and have overcome great odds to be where they're at today, living a transformed life. That can be very encouraging to someone else, maybe someone in the midst of all of that, who just needs to hear that and to be given some hope. And that is really, I think, the heart of this podcast and what we would like to do.
Yeah, it's really getting those stories out there, because like Traci just said, if someone is going through it or has gone through it and experienced, there's the likelihood that there's other people out there that have been through it or are going through it now, that maybe a piece of advice would really do them a lot of good. And our goal with this podcast is to highlight men and women who have been through hell and back on their journeys, so to speak. And we don't want to limit this just to the United States. I mean, people everywhere, right, have gone through things in life. Nobody's exempt from what life throws our way.
Yeah, I would agree with that too. And it's not even just, geographically, right? It's all backgrounds, whether rich or poor, or, different ethnicities. It's really people from all backgrounds. And I think that's really the heart of, wanting to show that, it doesn't matter where you've been. It's, really matters where you're going. And if we can help you to get there by sharing these stories, no matter your background, don't let that limit you, right? Don't let where you've come from limit where you're going, I guess is what I'm saying. And I'm just super excited. I think Bobby would agree that we have a great list of people that want to share.
We do. We have a lineup of people who want to share their stories. So very grateful for that. Very thankful for that people are willing to come forward. And we're going to look at getting this out on different apps when we start doing this podcast as well. So, we're going to start simple and keep growing. And if you're watching this video, this pilot video, and you think, wow, I would love to be a guest, I would love to be someone who shares my story, please put that in the comments, and we'll put the email, how to contact us. Please reach out. We would love to talk with you then, because what we do is like a little pre-interview before we actually do the podcast, so we get to understand your story. So we write so that we are able to send you the right questions, and we know the right questions to ask. So I really, that's in a nutshell. It's just, that really to me is what brings people together. It's when you share stories and people realize you put a human person behind it, and feelings and a face.
Yes, and it is that vulnerability really that just opens people up to, you know, to also sharing, but then also realizing, hey, you know what, like, none of us have our act completely together, right? Like, we all have been through things. So there's no shame in where you're at or what you're going through. And hopefully these stories touch that, you know, that in your life, where if you're going through something, you can relate and you can, you know, be encouraged to take that next step, to reach out or whatever it is, but, you know, to know that you're not alone.
I agree. And, you know, hopefully through this podcast as well, when we do have, you know, guest speakers on here and they tell their story, that they're willing to let other people reach out to them as well.
I love
you
that.
know, like just putting people in connection with other people to help. You know, that's what it's all about. So we just wanted to pop on, do a quick little pilot, let everyone know it's coming. We've been brainstorming pretty much, I don't know, not all, it's since spring, really.
Yeah. It's
And
been a while.
but we have busy schedules, and we're super excited to roll this out. So we hope you enjoyed this little pilot, and stay tuned for the first episode coming in a couple weeks.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey everyone, this is Bobby Jackson with Inner Dimensions Wellness.
And I'm Traci Cease with Copy. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Traci Cease with Editorial.
And I'm Bobby Jackson with Inner Dimensions Wellness. And welcome to my backyard on a beautiful, sunny, warm summer day in August. I can't believe it's August.
I
Wow.
know.
Anyway, so we're coming to you because we are so excited. We've been working all summer, and I kind of hinted at this at different places and times and videos, that we are doing a new podcast, to hell and back, ordinary people living transformed lives. And our thought, and you jump in anytime, so is that there are so many people out there that have been through so many things in life. I'm saying the word so many. Hi, this is Bobby Jackson with Inner Dimensions Wellness.
And this is Traci Cease with Editorial.
And we're here today to talk to you about a new podcast that we're doing called Blah, 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 Blah.